A dim lantern flickers on the table, its weak glow barely holding back the dark pressing in from the corners. She opens the brittle pages of the journal, the smell of smoke and time rising from it. The handwriting inside twists and curls like fire itself, alive with warnings she can barely understand. Her fingers tremble as she traces a word that should not exist, its meaning heavy as stone. Outside, the wind howls like a chorus of lost voices. She slams the journal shut, as if to silence it. But the echoes remain, whispering in her ears, crawling into her bones. She clutches the folded letter in her pocket, the paper crumpling as if it too resists her grip. The lantern sputters, then dies, and the room swallows her whole. The silent threshold. Dawn struggles to break through the storm, its light smeared and pale. She steps outside, the air damp and heavy with secrets. The letter in her pocket feels heavier than iron, dragging her with unseen weight. Each step toward the forest feels like trespass. The trees watch in silence, their branches bending like listening ears. She whispers a prayer, but the wind carries it away before it can take shape. At the clearing's heart, a circle of ash stains the earth. The journal lies open there, though she never brought it with her. She kneels, torn between dread and necessity. Smoke coils upward from the pages, shaping fragments of forgotten faces. Her breath catches, and the forest seems to lean closer. The letter burns in her pocket though no flame touches it. She knows the threshold has been crossed. The door that breathes. The forest thins, giving way to an ancient stone wall half swallowed by moss. In the center, a wooden door stands, untouched by rot, its surface breathing faintly like a chest. She feels its breath on her skin, warm and steady, like the pulse of something waiting. Her hand lifts against her will, palm hovering just short of the door. From somewhere deep within, the sound of children laughing echoes faintly. Her chest tightens. She remembers the newspaper clippings, the names, the vanished. The journal in her other hand grows hot, its spine splitting with a hiss. A voice, low and many, whispers her name through the cracks of the door. She steps back, but the ground behind her shifts like sand. The door breathes faster now, as if excited. Her choice is no longer hers to make. Ashes remember. The ground steadies beneath her feet, but the silence is worse than the storm. The journal falls open at her side, its pages turning on their own. Each page reveals a memory that is not hers. A child running barefoot across red earth. A woman screaming into endless night. A family at dinner, their faces erased. She watches as the faces dissolve into ash. The letter in her pocket writhes like something alive. She pulls it out, but the words are gone, the paper blank and scorched. A single ember glows in its center, refusing to die. Her heart pounds as the ember leaps from page to page of the journal. Ash rises around her in a storm, carrying voices that chant her name. She knows the past is not gone, it waits, smoldering, demanding to be remembered. The shadows bargain. The ash storm fades, leaving only silence and the faint crackle of unseen fire. A shape emerges from the drifting soot, taller than any man, made only of shadow. Its eyes burn like twin coals, fixed on her alone. She cannot breathe. The air is heavy with its presence. The journal floats between them, pages trembling as though caught in an invisible wind. The shadow speaks without a mouth, its voice 1,000 whispers layered together. Give what is written, and I will give what is lost. Her mind flashes to the children's laughter trapped behind the door. She grips the journal tighter, torn between mercy and betrayal. The shadow leans closer, stretching impossibly long across the ground. Its coal eyes flare, daring her to decide. The night waits, silent, for her answer. She lowers her gaze, unable to meet the shadow's burning eyes. The journal trembles in her grip, as if it longs to leave her. She whispers the first name written inside. The air shivers, and a child's voice answers from the dark. She speaks another, and another, each name heavier than stone. The shadow drinks each syllable like smoke, growing taller with every name. Her voice breaks, tears streaking her face. Still the names pour out, pulled from her as if she were the pages themselves. When at last she cannot speak, silence crashes down like thunder. The shadow bows its head, swollen with the weight of countless lives. The journal falls from her hands, its pages now empty. She realizes the names are no longer hers to carry. What the shadow leaves. The shadow straightens, its form swollen with the weight of the names. For a moment, the night bends around it, as if the world itself bows. Then it exhales, a storm of ash flooding the clearing. She shields her face, yet the ash does not choke, it hums with forgotten lullabies. The voices are softer now, as though thanking her. When the storm clears, the shadow is gone. The journal lies open once more, but the pages are filled again. This time, the names are not of the lost, but of the living. Her breath trembles as she sees her future written there. She understands now, the bargain was never for the dead, but for those who remain. The forest exhales, and the night resumes its natural rhythm. Yet she knows the door still waits, breathing, patient. The breath behind the door. She cannot leave, her steps circle back, always toward the stone wall. The door waits, its surface rising and falling in slow, steady rhythm. Every inhale pulls at her, as if the door itself drinks her strength. She clutches the journal tighter, but its words now flicker and fade. The letter in her pocket crumbles to dust without warning. A faint heartbeat echoes from behind the wood. She presses her ear against it, though dread gnaws her bones. Inside, the sound of children's laughter twists into screams. She jerks back, her breath ragged, but the door breathes faster, hungry. Her name thunders from within, shouted by 1,000 voices. The journal falls open at her feet, a single page glowing brighter than the rest. On it, she reads the final command. Open. The door opens. Her hands move before her mind can stop them. The wood is warm beneath her palms, alive. With a groan that shakes the forest, the door swings inward. Darkness pours out, thick as smoke. Shapes move within it, children's shadows, darting, reaching. Their laughter rings sharp, almost like broken glass. She stumbles back, but the darkness clings to her dress. The journal flares with light, fighting to hold the shadows back. For a heartbeat, the clearing is split, half light, half shadow. The door breathes faster, exhaling the dark as though it cannot stop. She realizes the door is not a prison but a mouth. And it is starving. The mouth of night. The pull is stronger now, her braids lift, her breath ripped from her lungs. She digs her heels into the soil, but the ground crumbles like ash. The children's shadows cling to her arms, begging and binding at once. The journal glows brighter, searing her hands, but she does not let go. She raises it high, and the pages ignite without flame. The shadows shriek, recoiling from its light. The door groans, its breath faltering. She takes one desperate step forward, forcing the light against the darkness. The forest erupts in voices, screams, songs, prayers, all colliding. Her knees buckle, but she does not fall. She presses the journal against the door, and for the first time, it inhales light.